Welcome, welcome to this video. My voice is failing. I hope my chest is not failing. Let's see. I'm playing a rapid game here, 10 minutes and 10-second increment. And I'm playing against my friend Brandon here, TheGoodKnight, on YouTube. So we're both doing commentary here. You can also check out his video of the same game. Not sure if we managed to release it simultaneously. We need to look into that. Okay, note that the ratings here are something completely unrelated to what usually is displayed here in 5-minute chess or other time controls. This is so-called standard rating time, or standard time rating, and I never play that. So my 2000 here is basically the initial rating that every player gets, regardless of his actual strength. I'm simply basically unrated here. Brandon has played a couple of games starting from the 2000 and won a couple. So this is something different than the ratings normally shown here. This is not auto pairing where you get an opponent chosen by the computer. Here you can challenge people like we did here. I challenged him to get this game going. Yeah, and it's 10-minute base time and 10-second increment. This is very important to note. And this means I have played quickly, gained about a minute of time, and he has spent more time here. Okay, we have a Nimzo, of course, Nimzo Indian, Samish variation. So he played the quick d6 and e5. I could have taken actually on e5. This would have been interesting. It's an interesting structure, but I played d5 quickly. It's a bit of a shame. I could have tested this this type of structure. Okay, not a big deal. I'd like to make sure he does not play e5, e4. In a recent blitz game, I got this e5, e4, and I retreated the bishop to c2, and at the end, the opponent got excellent play with knight to e5, b6, bishop a6. Not sure. It really didn't work out so well. Yeah, and this is an interesting position. The interesting fact is that black has not lost lost any time is probably a wrong expression. Black has not made any moves with his knight on b8. Like c5, knight c6, and so on. Now he's playing this. I was wondering about the quick f5, like knight e8 and f5. This maybe was interesting. Okay, the knight belongs on g3 in this type of structure anyway. So I'm going to e2. Oh, this is, man, he's playing this in a bit of a passive fashion. You can do that, but it's not very active. Okay. Knight f8 is his plan. Knight f8 to g6. This is very solid, but also a bit passive. I very much prefer to prepare f5 in this structure to get a pawn break in yourself. But okay, if you want to go for that, you're not playing rook e8, you're not playing knight d7. So he has an entirely different idea. He had an entirely different idea. Okay, of course I'm pushing the pawns here, g4, h4. H6 is really questionable. I mean, it might help to block on the dark squares, but it might also just give me a hook for an attack. This is as good as it can possibly get in the Samish. You got a close center. Black has no play against c4 or the queen side, and I can just push on the king side without having castle. This is a big advantage that I have the king still on e1. Yeah, just h4. Yeah, yeah, of course. What he can try to do is knight f8 to g6. Yeah, he's trying that. Get the knight to g6, attack h4. But is this really good? I can go bishop e3, knight g6, bishop to f2. But then he maybe has queen queen f6 and knight f4. Knight g6. You know what? I have a crazy idea. This is the start of something bad, yeah. If it starts, I have a crazy idea. It's probably more like a nonsense idea. My idea was king d2, which has some merit. I mean, on knight g6 I play queen e1. This is a good one, actually. Queen e1 to g3, the good way to play. But on king d2 he might play queen f6, and I'm not sure that I like that. Ah, wait, I can play knight g3 then. This is not bad. Oh, he's got queen f4 check. This is bad. Really bad even. Okay. Yeah, king d2. King d2 is a bit too crazy, but the idea itself is not bad. I wonder if I have something else. I mean, I'm not in trouble or anything. Just trying to get the maximum out of this, because strategically speaking, black is already in trouble, and I'd like to punish it the best way possible. Yeah, yeah, that's also... Knight g3 is also not bad. Knight g6, just knight f5, playing this as a pawn sack. Also a possible way to go. King... Let's check this briefly again. I really love this idea. This king d2. Get the king over and get the queen involved. King d2, queen f6. Queen f1 maybe, knight g6, knight and queen f2. You can still play knight f4, but I have take and come on, I'm playing this. This is just too nice not to play it. It would be interesting to learn if he considered the move. Okay, this is yeah. Now he needs to be precise. I think if he goes queen g6, queen e1. Ah, he's writing me mouse slip. No, it's no mouse slip. Yeah, this can actually be a good move. I mean, why not? Why not? Maybe, yeah, I was just thinking about this. Maybe the bishop can be a nuisance. Bishop a4. Okay, well, I don't mind. I don't mind. Queen e1 to g3. This was the idea. Yeah, probably this wasn't great. Yeah, if I cannot, I cannot go to c2. This is a bit of a problem. c2 is not a good square. Yeah. Tja. Yeah, b5, this is counterplay, quite obviously. Yeah, this is what you get for being too creative. Just play some normal moves and have a good position is better. Okay, if he plays b5 now, yeah, I thought I can take and play c4 again, but b5, cb5, he can play c4 now. c4 is a good move. Okay, I was thinking that c4 now should be okay for me, and knight c3, something like that. Queen a5, knight c3. Yeah, king d2. This was crazy. Yeah, sometimes you hit upon those weird ideas, and you're simply too fascinated by it, and you play it, and then okay, well, it's just bad. Yeah, most of the so-called creative moves are in reality just bad moves. This is just the fact about chess. Normally there's nothing too fancy about it. And if you try something fancy, you're often punished. How do I get some harmony in my position? I mean, the problem is really the king, yeah. How do I get this coordinated? Maybe just back here, back to f2 or something. Bishop d2 in response to queen a5, and then over to f2. This is not bad. I mean, b5, at least I got rid of my double pawn. Yeah, this is maybe not so bad even. It would be nice to get something in like one bishop on c3, one on c2 to cover the b file, and then king f2, rook b1, switch over to that. Maybe something like that. I don't really have something. Yeah, I was about to say I don't really have something on the king side. Probably true. Maybe I can do, yeah, this is maybe an idea. Maybe I'm threatening g5 in this position. g5, like, yeah, okay, this is not bad actually. I was thinking about g5, he plays h5, yeah, and then f4. If he captures, bishop takes, I thought I'm basically winning d6, but he has rook b6, which is very important, of course. Okay, get the king to some safe place, or at least a safer place. Bishop c2 is also a move that has some merit. Cover the sensitive a4 and b3 squares. But if I go bishop c2 and then move my c1 bishop, he's got rook b2. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. He needs to move as well. And sometimes you're in a situation where you think too hard about your own plan, and then your opponent gives you the opportunities and presents you with the ideas by his moves. So of course it's good to consider your possibilities, but once in a while it's pointless to be too concrete about it, and just think about some general ideas and then see what he's doing. Yeah, I have this f4 idea, but this can be very, very tricky. Like f4, knight f6 is also possible. Okay, so is it if I play the bishop somewhere, like to e3 maybe, and rook b1, get this exchanged? At the end is maybe knight to g6, and then I probably need to close the position. Not sure. Is g5 and f4 maybe? Okay, this is sharp, but I'd like to get something going here. I don't want to sit and wait. If I go f4, he takes, bishop takes, I'm threatening here on d6, and on rook b6 I play rook b1, just trying to exchange the defenders of d6. If he does not take, I'm playing f5, and this is such an overwhelming space advantage. I cannot believe that black can stand that. On the other hand, if he takes, let's just briefly think about knight f4. Okay, knight f4, there's h5 hanging, but he's got bishop g4. Okay, I'm going for this, just attacking d6. I don't believe he can ignore it. Like rook b2 or something, I can just take it. This is too much. Yes, I think he needed to do that. And now a rook move. Maybe this one. Ah, wait, if he's playing rook to b8, I can take d6, right? I can take here. Or is this not a good material win? Takes, queen takes, rook b8. This is very simple and winning. But rook takes, is this compensation after rook takes b8? Like with knight g6 to e5. I cannot do that, I'm on b8. Yeah, then I can take. Yeah, this was really shaky after king d2. This was far too creative. I think he lost a bit too much time here. Black was okay, especially right after king d2. I mean, maybe there was some more forceful play. Yeah, I'm talking about the game like it is finished already. It isn't, but it's very. I don't really see any way for him to stir up trouble here. He must play rook takes d6 now, otherwise I'll just win even more material. Queen d6 is an end game, completely losing. So he needs to take with the rook b8, and then. Yeah, the problem is that he cannot move his pieces. He cannot move the f8 knight. The rook on b8 is nicely pinning the knight on f8. Well, there's no move now. If he moves the queen, I just take b8, and it's a whole rook then. Disconnect.
Black resigns.
Yeah, this is really hopeless. I'm not entirely sure where the maybe in this position black should do something else. Okay, here's the point. Here I think here's the point. I think where he could try c4. This is a possible idea. I'm not 100% sure, but this is something I would consider. Winning some tempi and then take here, making sure that it gets opened, the position, something like that. The king on d2 is really a bit of a crazy piece. The computer wants to immediately evacuate. Yeah, here I'm not sure at all. I mean, here I think white is better again, to be honest. Maybe this one, trying to play on c4 like this, or knight here or something. I don't know. This bishop d7. I mean, now I'm correcting my king position, and it's basically again a position with the space advantage and the bishops. Yeah, of course, here rook b8 is just losing. The comp wants to play this, and funny enough gives it as equal. This is hard to believe that this should be equal. Maybe. Yeah, well, knight g6 is coming. That maybe it's not that clear. Yeah, maybe. I can enter here. But what exactly is my next move here? Yeah, this is still playable for black, no doubt. I have no real win. Okay, but I didn't want to sit and wait all the time. I wanted to open the position, and it turns out it won the game relatively quickly. But yeah, maybe this means I should do something else here, but I'm not quite sure what. I mean, if I don't do that, I probably shouldn't play g5. Yeah, maybe one rook off, like rook b1 or something. Yeah, this position is not it's not the end of the world for black. I mean, it still feels like white should have something, but it's a fairly solid setup. Fairly solid. Okay, I hope you liked it, and you can also watch the black players' commentary on the game. The Good Night is the channel name. I put it I put it in the description, the link. Thanks for watching.